Christian pro basketball player Kevin Durant is making buzz on social media in the midst of the NBA Finals. In an interview posted on Twitter by balldon'tstop.com, he was asked what legend would he like to have playing on his team in the Finals. And he said it's a tie between basketball greats Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. And here to talk about all this is CBN sports reporter Sean Brown. Welcome, Sean.
Hey, Mark. How are you?
Doing well. Thanks for joining us. Well, first of all, do you think Kevin made a good choice with MJ and also Kobe?
I do. There's going to be a lot of debate about should he have chosen those two, but me, for one, I think it's a great choice. You got two guys who, they were the nucleus of their team. I mean, they made everybody around them better. And you played better when you played with MJ. You played better when you were with Kobe Bryant. So for me personally, I think that's an excellent choice. Durant is someone who can come in and play his role. He can lead if he needs to lead. He can be just, receive the ball and shoot if he needs to shoot. He can push those buttons for the rest of his team. I think one day he's going to turn into one of those players, and the younger players in the league are going to be naming him along as one of those players that they want to play with in the finals. So yeah, I agree. I think it's great. I think it's a great choice.
Well, a hashtag associated with this was #respect. You see a player like Durant showing respect. Why would you say this is important for fans and especially kids?
Well, the one thing about respect is earned. Respect is earned. And when you say #respect or I respect him, if another player or someone interviewing says, hey, I respect this player, it usually has to do with the way they approach the game or they approach what they're doing, mainly because Kevin works hard. He works hard off the court. He works hard on the court. He grinds it out every day. He leads when he needs to lead. He scales back and gets everyone involved when he needs to do that. And he's easily someone that can be respected, but also who he is off the court. He's the guy that will send out a tweet, hey, are there any pickup flag football games I can become a part of? And he'll just show up, and I think he's likable. It also adds to the respect factor, and I think parents, kids can kind of gravitate to that. Also his upbringing. I mean, you look at him raised by a single mom, him and his brother. Mom out there grinding it out with him, making sure he's performing both in the classroom, outside of the classroom. Now he's a professional basketball player, and that work ethic has transcended into the NBA. And he's been pretty consistent. Now, role model, yeah, I think he's a great role model. He can get caught up in the game at some time, at some point. Like anybody who's a competitor, you can kind of get caught up. But he scales it back, and then he becomes who he needs to be for himself, for his team, and for his fans.
Well, let's talk about his faith. Is he respected in the NBA as far as faith-wise, and how does he use this platform for the Lord?
The cool thing about professional sports is that if you come out and you say that you're a believer, a lot of times the media, your teammates will kind of hold you accountable to that. And he's been pretty consistent. He hasn't shied away from being who he is in Christ and saying, hey, Christ is in me. He's the motivating factor for who I am. And that was something that was instilled in him as a boy. I mean, I think he came to Christ at around 15 or 16 years old. And he's been pretty consistent with that. Then you take him going from Oklahoma City to the Golden State Warriors, a team that has a guy like Steph Curry, where now you have, not to say he didn't have it in OKC, but you got more players around him that can hold him accountable to those Christian values. And so I think he's very, very consistent in that, and it means the world to him to make sure that remains solid in him.